Hello, my name is Tyler Leopardi, and I'm going to talk to you about daily self-weighing and it not being helpful for weight control, and it possibly may have negative mental health effects and psychological effects. So, to begin my debate, I'm going to start with a guided imagery segment, and I want you all to just close your eyes and imagine you're in your local fitness center. You're working out, and then you glance over and see a person weighing themselves on a scale. They're looking disgusted and disappointed. You see the person's trainer sitting next to the scale. Now imagine you are that trainer. Your client is very disappointed that they have lost only 1.5 pounds at the end of their second week of training. Like a good trainer, you explain the physiology of water weight and the ACSM recommendations of losing weight by 1 to 2 pounds per week. The client is not satisfied with your reasoning and remarks that they want to lose weight like the Biggest Loser contestants. You've heard this more than once. They then proclaim that they are going to go on the current trendy diet and try to lose 10 to 15 pounds by next week. They leave the facility and you with the impression that they will never be back. For those of you in the personal training and in the wellness industry, this situation may be all too real for you. You probably dealt with someone like this. So, what are the barriers that you might have to try and get across? Well, they include media, marketing, advertisements, and television problems. Obviously, that was one with the Biggest Loser. I'm not sure if I said environment. I think I did. But, yeah, etc. What are you going to do? Well, you can start by explaining the myths and what is safe and appropriate for losing weight and exercising. And then next, you could probably limit their self-weighing, because these individuals might be weighing themselves way too much, and it's getting in their head. So you could possibly limit it to once a week, once every 2 weeks, or whenever you see fit. So we're going to start off by talking about the trans-theoretical model, which you might not understand why I'm incorporating this right now, but just follow me. For those of you who are not aware of the model, it describes and classifies people into 5 categories based upon their willingness and desire to participate in exercise. So, first one, pre-contemplation. These individuals have no intention of changing physical activity habits, nor do they tend on exercising or starting at all. Contemplation is the second stage. These people are thinking about becoming more active. They are aware of some of the costs and benefits of becoming more active, although many misconceptions about exercise may still be present. Third is preparation, getting ready to start an exercise program. These people may have bought new running shoes, signed up for a class, or joined a health club, but they haven't actually started yet. That's what leads into the action stage, which is number 4. These people are currently participating in daily exercise, but they haven't continued for 6 consecutive months, which that's the maintenance stage, which is stage number 5. Continuously active in an exercise program for 6 months or longer. So I'm explaining this because some new clients may have been referred to you by a physician or family member to lose or gain weight, meaning they are not in the right state of mind for your exercise program. They're not doing it for themselves, they're doing it to make other people happy. So you have these people tend to be pre-contemplation and contemplation stages. So you're going to possibly see an increase in the dropout rate if quick weight loss isn't seen. You also have people in the preparation or action stage for the wrong reasons. They're trying to get ready for the beach season. They got summer coming up. So if they're not seeing the weight gain or the weight loss quick, you're going to see an increase in the dropout rate. Continuous weighing of these participants will undoubtedly lead to negative health effects, which include depression, lowered self-esteem, feelings of failure, ultimately, and then decreased exercise retention rate is the follow. So we'll talk about my research I found. I found a little bit. I found some good articles. First is by Ogden and Wyman. They measured 30 normal weight women. 16 of them were weighers, so they weighed themselves every day for 2 weeks. And then 14 of them were non-weighers. They only weighed themselves at the beginning and at the end. How this worked was it was a 2-week longitudinal study, like I said, and they filled out 4 surveys at the beginning and at the end of the study. These surveys included surveys on mood, self-esteem, body image, and eating behavior. The findings for the frequent self-weighers was that they had increased in depression and anxiety and also decreased in self-esteem. Another study by Friend, Bauer, Madden, and Newmark-Stainer looked at 356 adolescent girls, the girls in high school, and they found 46.2% of these women were overweight or obese, and they targeted specifically sedentary and overweight or obese women. It included 6 interventions across 6 high schools. So I think it took place in Minnesota, and each intervention was 1 year in length. It was a cross-sectional longitudinal study spanning from 2007 to 2009, and these women also filled out surveys on self-weighing, body satisfaction, weight control behaviors, and binge eating. The findings for the frequent self-weighers was that they engaged in healthy, which is good, but also unhealthy weight behaviors, such as diet pills and diet restriction, possibly extreme diet restriction. Also, they had an increase for binge eating as well. Now, my last study, conducted by Quick, Larson, Eisenberg, Hanan, and Newmark Stainer, conducted a similar study to like a NHANES, but they did Project Eat 3, which looked at eating activity in teens and young adults, and it was the 3rd study, and it looked at 2,287 participants. 1,030 of them were male, while 1,257 were female. They were aged in the mid-20s, around 25, 26 for the most part. They also filled out surveys, including self-weighing, diet behaviors, current weight management behaviors, binge eating, or current weight management practice, healthy, unhealthy, and extreme weight control behaviors, binge eating, muscle-enhancing behaviors, such as steroids, resistance training, supplements, etc., depression, self-esteem, and body satisfaction. Findings of the frequent self-weighers included, in males and females, an increase in the prevalence of dieting, trying to lose weight, healthy and unhealthy ways, and extreme weight control behaviors, and muscle-enhancing behaviors as well. I failed to mention that. Females had increased in binge eating and decreased self-esteem and more depressive symptoms, while the males decreased in body satisfaction. Now, I want to throw a little spin in this, and I researched some of Angie's articles, which she might use against me, because there is a little bit of research out showing that weight management does correlate with weighing yourself daily, but there's limitations to this material. I mean, in the current research, it's suggesting that daily self-weighing may help weight maintenance, but a lot of the studies provide support and assistance to their participants, which could possibly skew the results to show significant increase in weight management and daily self-weighing correlation. One of the examples was Van Womer, Martinez, Martinson, Crane, Benson, Cosentino, and Pronk. And they did a prospective cohort design utilized to examine 100 participants enrolled in weight loss trial. They encouraged frequent, objective, measured self-weighing, which lasted 6 months, with follow-up visits at 6 months and 12 months. Limitations, which may have skewed the results, include telephone counseling, so they talked to a dietitian. They got a written manual focusing on diet and exercise strategies. They had a home telemonitoring scale, which means that the numbers that appeared on the scale were sent directly to a counselor, and the counselors would use this and provide feedback to the participant. So no one in the general public gets these benefits. But it gets even better with the second study, which is huge right now. It's called the Stop Regain Study, and it was conducted by Wing, Tate, Gorn, Rayner, Fava, and Macan. And they looked at 314 participants randomly assigned to control internet or face-to-face intervention. What's interesting was that these participants already lost weight, but they're looking at how they're maintaining it, if they're doing a good job with it. So the control was sent newsletters regarding healthy eating, activity, and weight control. So they were given information on how to do healthy eating and physical activity with weight management. The internet and face-to-face attended weekly meetings. This lasted for 4 weeks, where they were counseled. And then they went each week, and then after the 4 weeks, they went to 18 months, so they met once every month. Now, the intervention was based on self-regulation theory, which encouraged participants to weigh themselves daily and use information from the scale to know when adjustments in exercise and intakes were needed. On a monthly basis, participants whose weight remained around 2 pounds of starting weight were sent token gifts. They were given gifts to keep their weight low. Participants who gained 2.1 to 4.9 pounds were instructed to use problem-solving strategies, which is no normal than the normal population. And then participants who gained 5 pounds or more were instructed to restart weight loss efforts and receive counseling to assist them. So they were also being counseled with it. So they were daily self-weighing and given all these materials to help them maintain their weight. I don't know. It doesn't add up for me. But what about the normal population? General public does not receive these things. And through my personal experience, I had 15 or 16 clients, which I educated, I counseled, but they still dropped out due to weight management problems. And I didn't promote daily self-weighing, but they would weigh themselves without me knowing. And I would find out because they would go home after our training session, weigh themselves, eat a bunch because they're depressed, and then come in and be depressed because they just ate, because they didn't lose weight. So I explained the diet aspect along with physical activity, but most were not satisfied with my approach. I didn't train those clients for more than 2 or 3 times. I mean, I didn't see them much. They dropped out quick. So, in summary, the people might not be in the right stage of the trans-theoretical model. People may be wrongly using the scale due to lack of education of physiology. They're trying to lose or gain weight for the wrong reasons. Aesthetics, beach season, which these 3 things, if they're not seeing the weight gain or losing it, they're going to discouraged and depressed easily, which is going to decrease exercise adherence. And just like I said, the research has shown to affect psychological orders such as self-esteem, depression, anxiety, but also healthy and unhealthy weight behaviors. So increase in prevalence of dieting, trying to lose weight, muscle enhancing behaviors, decrease in body satisfaction. There's a lot that goes into it. And again, the research is saying that there is a good correlation with maintenance and daily self-weighing. It's a good thing. It's limiting. There's limiting factors of this, and you can't say that everyone in the population is doing this. They're not getting the benefits that these people are getting. So I firmly believe through personal experience, through reading a good bit of research, that daily self-weighing should be restricted and set specific to the individual needs. This could be once a week, twice a month, etc., but it has been linked to inducing negative psychological factors and negatively influencing weight management. Understanding the individual, their personality, and their habits will ultimately decide how much self-weighing is appropriate as they move forward with their weight management goals. So you be the decider. Obesity. Let me know how you think. Thanks.